Has anyone regretted a drink more than Olivia Atwood in Ibiza?
I don't think she does regret it. I saw her this week.
Well, look, we'll get on to this.
Oh, yeah.
I just think it was one of those rare moments where a celebrity forgot they were famous. So this, for anyone that's happened to miss it, is basically Olivia Atwood and Pete Wicks went on holiday to Ibiza to film their Kiss FM show. Now, after they'd wrapped all their work, they went off for a yacht trip, and then they were pictured having a cuddle. Now, Olivia's married to footballer Bradley Dack, so this didn't go down particularly well. We're hearing various things from various camps about how it had happened at home. But Kelly, what I want to ask you as someone who knows Olivia is, what was your reaction when you saw that picture?
I wasn't that surprised. I just think they're really good friends. Like, it does look bad, but I just think they're just quite a tactile couple, and or couple like pair of friends,
Couple of pals,
couple of pals. Not a couple, obviously, but yeah, I think it's quite funny because I was in Ibiza last week and I was flying home as she arrived. And I'm quite grateful I wasn't there, because I don't think I'd be here right now. I'd be in some sort of rehab if I saw Olivia in Ibiza.
She does like to party. But the thing is, she's always sort of unapologetically been that girl. But you saw her this week, didn't you, at the launch of Bad Boyfriends?
Yes, I saw her at the launch of Bad Boyfriends, and there was a lot of speculation whether Bradley was going to be there. He was there supporting her. They looked really coupled up, and I was like, I've just came to check that you're alive. And she was like, oh my God, I'm fine. She said that Bradley's okay with the Pete pictures, that he was a bit annoyed that she got so drunk, because actually he's like her husband and he worries about her going completely off the rails. But she's all like, I just think bad boyfriend, bad wife. It's good promo for the show.
Well, this is what I think is really interesting about this. And Rod, we had this convo.
We did.
Didn't we?
Yes.
Where you said to me, Flick, is this not all just a publicity stunt to promote Bad Boyfriends?
And you quite kindly said you don't necessarily think it is, but I'm quite convinced it is. I find it hard to believe that days before her new show comes out, this all magically happens and all of a sudden they're splashed across the press. But maybe I'm being cynical. What do you think, Kelly? You can adjudicate.
I don't know if she's like... She just sort of leans into it, I think, rather than going, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed and I've been pictured, and which other celebrities would do. She's just been like, went to Ibiza, I'm young, I don't have kids, I have fun. She is, as you said, unapologetically, like, we know she likes a drink. We know she's a bit feral when she gets on the loose. So I sort of like it. I mean, I didn't behave my best in Ibiza, and, you know, here to tell the tale, I think she was just the same.
This is what I hit back at you, Rod, when you suggested this about our favourite Olivia Atwood.
Your favourite.
She is my favourite.
Yeah.
I said the two things that are true about Olivia Atwood, and both these things can be true at the same time, is she likes to go out, she likes to have fun, but she also takes her career incredibly seriously.
Yeah.
And getting that spot on the This Morning sofa, winning awards for her documentaries is so important to her. And there's no way that she would be doing something like signing off on a publicity stunt that pulls her right back into that kind of trashy space when all of these really important big career moves are happening for her, is what I felt on this.
But when you take that into consideration, why did she do it at all? Because you think if she's got an awful lot riding on this, why would you take the risk of being pictured doing something that looks a little bit not beyond the pale, but you know what I'm saying? It isn't this image of a wholesome wife and that kind of thing, is it? You know what I mean,
I've never
Kelly?
thought she played the wholesome wife. And I think, Rod, we were discussing Ibiza earlier. You know, it does things. That island does things to you. I think she forgot she was famous.
Yeah, exactly.
I think she was just like, I'm on a boat.
I don't believe that Olivia Atwood for a second forgets she's famous. These
you know
people live and breathe their fame. Come on.
She said to me a couple of weeks ago when I interviewed her for Bad Boyfriends, she just genuinely doesn't really think of herself as famous. She said Mariah Carey's famous. I'm just known by some people who like reality telly. But I think this is maybe the wake-up call she needed, that gal's now too famous to be doing that.
Yeah.
I'm going to Lanzarote with my friends in a couple of weeks, and thank God there's not going to be cameras following me, not going to be cuddling anyone on a yacht because can't afford to go on a yacht. But the point is more that she needs to remember potentially now that she is that this morning. She's ITV's golden girl, and maybe now she'll rethink that.
I think if Pete Wicks isn't going to be in Lanzarote, you'll be all right, because so many times he's at the centre of all this. You know, there's pictures pop up and stories, and there's always, you know, he's like a common denominator in a lot of these stories, isn't he? Now, you can enlighten me more on this. What's that about? What is it, the Wicks factor?
He's not
here?
for me. I'm sorry. I know people love him.
A lot of women love him.
He's too short.
That man
Sorry. Sorry. Don't like a short man.
But you've obviously met him. I've met him a number of times. He does have that certain something. I don't know whether it's the confidence, cockiness. It has that bad boy energy. It just draws you in. He collects women like club card points, doesn't he?
He absolutely does.
Yeah.
What would Mr. Flicky say if you were cuddled up to Pete Wicks in Lanzarote?
Do you know, I did say to him, I said, so my husband's a great barometer of these things because he doesn't care about celebrities. He doesn't read any of this stuff. It's like my job doesn't exist, which is really refreshing and lovely. And I showed him the picture and I said, this lady's married. What would you feel like if this was me? And he said, if it was one of your mates, I'd go, oh, she's having a nice time. And he said, but if it was someone that you weren't like great pals with, I'd be suspicious. And I think that's the heart of it, isn't it?
Yeah,
Olivia and Pete have been friends since she came out that villa, 2017. And as far as we know, nothing has ever happened.
But not to put too fine a point on it, your husband saying that, would he feel the same way if it was a straight man, a straight man who was single? How would he feel different if it was, depending on the mate?
He said it all hung on the friendship. But look, we were able to see that relationship in the middle of this storm when they were both on Loose Women this week. Yeah. Now, bless Olivia, she knew that she was going to get grilled on it. It was Christine in the hosting seat, which was probably, a nice soft landing for her. But Olivia, I loved it. She said, look, I didn't behave the best, but it's not like I'm Charlie Sheen. And I think that this is what we need to remember here. At the heart of this is a bottle of vodka, not a big cheating storm. Shall we? Look, I believe Olivia. They're mates. It wasn't great. She'll potentially not party quite so hard next time. Let's all just move on.
I agree, but I think if you're having to compare yourself to Charlie Sheen, I think you know that something might be slightly amiss, Do
you know, I've got a little exclusive about all the things that Olivia's got coming up, though, because I think very much the plan here is crack on.
Yeah.
She doesn't feel like she's got anything to particularly apologise for because she doesn't think she's done anything wrong. So we now know that she's the face of River Island. She's got this huge new 6-figure deal with them, but also she is relaunching her podcast across the pond. So Olivia's cracking America and she's got some huge big name guests coming up to star on that relaunch.
Amazing.
Yeah. So look, I think that the mood we're hearing from Camp Olivia is not crisis.
I was literally chatting to some people at that party the other night for boyfriends that work in the TV world, and they are just like, she is going to be huge, so huge. And I think they're thinking stateside as well, which is hard to crack.